Hello everyone and welcome to another track guide video, and this one is where you can easily get 2 million credits without that much effort. It only takes a couple of minutes, and if you want to get this done, I would really recommend spending about 20-25 minutes just kind of perfecting all of the corners. But this is kind of what the future looks like, I guess, and it's kind of interesting. I have mixed feelings about this track and this car. It looks nice, it has a lot of downforce, but I really missed the gearbox. So this is something that I really miss about this car. It's automatic, it's fully automatic, you don't have to worry about anything with this car, but I think it's gonna be okay if I show you what I did to get the gold on this track. So let's get going. And now let's begin with this guide, and I'm just gonna show you what I did. I mean, it's kind of interesting, and the car feels different than any other car that I've driven. So 50-meter sign, climb onto the curb, a little bit of braking, and then let the car go. So it has a lot of downforce, it has a lot of, actually it has a lot of grip. I wasn't expecting something from, honestly, a car like this, but it's fully electric and you don't really have to worry about applying the throttle because it's pretty much, yeah, that's all there is to it. So this car is almost impossible to spin. I think that's kind of good, but I still miss kind of the feeling when I'm losing the grip. But once again, here on the right hand side, you just let go and then you start accelerating once you climb onto the curb. And just one thing that I have to mention, you can see the DRS is opening up. So this is the drag reduction system, and you should really map the button on your wheel or your set or your controller. It doesn't really matter what you're using, and then before you reach the braking zone, release that. And here we had like a 125, something in between, just to get close to the curb and get onto the curb. But as soon as you start applying the power, I would really recommend starting to apply the DRS. So it really helps, I think it really helps with the acceleration. And here just on the right hand side we got the curb. I really like to use that curb for a reference. Climb onto the curb once again, and just as you hit the power down, press that button, enable the DRS, and the acceleration is just going to be much better. So if you were wondering why are some people quick in the straight line, this is it. So when it turns red, this means that it's open and it's actually reducing the drag of the back end. So here it's going to be pretty much the same, just to apply a little bit of braking. Don't do it too much, but it's, I think with this car it's the most important thing, just to let it go through the turns. Don't brake too much, don't steer too much, just let it go and the downforce will do its thing. So if you slow down the car, then it's just not going to be able to perform in the same way as you see in this video. So just before this sign, I mean, it's kind of really not a sign, but it's actually the marking on the track right there. I usually brake right about before I get it so I can reach this curb. Actually, this is a double apex, but you actually want to straighten up the car before you start accelerating. It gives you more acceleration and more power in that straight line. And this is something that I like to do with this car. I like to kind of rotate it mid-turn and just put the power down once the car is straight. And this is something that we're gonna do here. So braking up and a little bit of trail braking going in, climbing onto the curb. You can climb onto the curb as much as you want. I don't think this car is gonna go anywhere. I should have left it a little bit more and then put the power down. So I got onto the grass a little bit, so I lost maybe like a half a tenth, maybe even less. But here, this, I think this is the most important part because you can really lose a lot of time. So just a little tap on the brakes, don't hold it too much, let the downforce do its thing, and then leave it for about half a second, maybe even less than that, and open up the power in that straight line, and the car is going to stay on the track. It has a lot of downforce once again. So here, 50-meter sign, almost all the way in, you're actually trail braking. About 70-80% is something that I think it's kind of the sweet spot, but you can always brake in a different way. But just make sure that the car is straightened up and you open up the DRS before you start accelerating. So this will, I believe, help you massively to improve your times, and just applying the DRS, and that's about it. It's gonna help you to reach the goals. I don't think a lot of people know about this, and that is pretty much all for this video. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, you can always smash that like button, but yeah, if you don't, it's still okay. So once again, guys, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.